Hello and welcome back to Flash Knockdown Series 6, episode number 5 from our brand new studio. Here's what we have coming up for you all on today's show. Jack Catterall's next outing is confirmed. El Gato fights Echo Esserman and has moved over to Philadelphia across the pond under the watchful eye of Bozy Ennis. He joins us alongside his manager Sam Jones. Adam Maca is on the fast track to big things. The 2-0 super bantamweight starlet joins us in the studio, and also in the studio is Shannon Ryan, who previews her upcoming title fight against Chloe Watson on October 17th. Two-time world super featherweight champion Joe Cordina joins us from the Malta sunshine for a catch-up, and there's all the usual chat, quizzes and much more coming up. Okay, we're very happy to say joining us on the show now from stateside is Mr. Jack Catterall. Jack, first of all, big congratulations are in order. A new member of the Catterall family. You must be over the moon.
Yep, absolutely over the moon. A little healthy baby boy a couple of weeks back, so life is good. Life is good.
And of course, simultaneously, obviously, the timing, you're now over in the States with your manager and best pal, of course, Mr. Sam Jones, beside you. How much more difficult has that made this transition for you, obviously with the baby boy just being born and then having to go over to America for camp?
You know what, it's difficult. It's not a decision I took lightly. My family means everything to me. As you know, you've spent time around me, my wife, my daughter, my newborn son. But this was a big decision, and a decision that ultimately will put them in a better position going forward. I'm sacrificing now, putting the hard work in, taking myself out the comfort zone. I'm in a different country. I've got Sam winding me up. Like, I'm really suffering, but I'm doing it to become the best version of myself come November the 15th.
After the fight, Jack, with Harlem Eubank, when you had some time to think about the fight, and obviously you won that night and victorious, but when was this decision to part ways with Jamie and Nigel one that you made? How did it all unfold?
It's something I've not taken lightly again. I'd been stewing on it. I'd assessed the performances of the last couple of fights, and I think deep down it's something that my gut was telling me I needed to do. I mean, under no illusion, I'm at not the back end, but I'm probably in the final chapters of my career, and I wanted to give it everything I've got, and I believe this move is everything.
And talking about taking it lightly, I just, you talk about spending time with you. We've had the privilege of being in so many camps with you for so many big fights over the last few years, and in Tenerife, and you guys were much more than just trainer and fighter. Yourself, Jamie and Nigel Travis were so close, so that must have been such a difficult decision for you.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it even harder. It's never been, as much as it is a business, it's never been a business relationship. It's always been personal with Jamie and Nigel. I look at them both like family members. And that makes the job 10 times harder when I come to the decision to leave the gym. It's difficult, and it's emotions. We're all over the place from everybody, but ultimately I'm doing something that I feel I needed to do in my career to move forward, and I've done it now. The guys have wished me all the best. I've still got that relationship with them, and I've got to go on my own journey now and keep working.
And when you were looking at where you were going to go, how was that process for you, and what led you to Bozy Ennis?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to come out to Philadelphia in April, earlier on this year. Been in the gym, got some tremendous sparring with some of the fighters. So when I've sat back at home and deliberated what's gonna give me the best version of Jack Catterall, taking myself somewhere far away where I can get world-class sparring, where there's no distractions. I spent a couple of days in the gym, kind of clicked with them straight away, had that, I wouldn't say connection, but that understanding, that mutual respect. So we reached out, Sam reached out, we had the conversation, and just coming up to a week now we've been here, so things are looking good.
Stylistically, what have been the biggest things you've been working on, and what differences do you think we can expect to see from you, Jack, at this stage of your career?
I don't think at 32 years old you're going to see a complete different fighter. I think it's going to be more the environment I'm in, the pressure to perform. There's there's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to sit here and dissect each and every training session and what we're doing, etc. Maybe that's not a thing that they do over here, but I'm certainly working on things. They're studying previous fights of mine. They've watched me spar over the weekend, so I'm getting instructions and I'm getting a lot of good work in the gym.
Have you shared any rounds yet with Jaron Bozy Ennis?
Yep, Saturday night we just got done training, strength conditioning, got back to the house. Sam had made an enormous ball of mincemeat. We'd wolfed it down and Bozy had texted, "I'm in the gym if you want to call past." So I thought, I'm not going to turn down an opportunity for another training session. Got there and Boots was lacing up, getting ready for sparring. So I thought, all right, 2 weeks away, he might be sparring some guys. And he said, listen, we're going to get in the ring. We're going to work on some stuff. So I had the privilege of helping him 2 weeks out from his fight and got some rounds Saturday night with him.
So how did the sparring go after all the mincemeat?
You know what, it was difficult, but I held it together. You know what, and I think it just reiterated the people that I've chosen to come and train with, the respect in that gym. I've come out here, obviously I'm with Sam for the time being, but I've come out here off my own back, dropped in a gym, load of new faces, and I think I earned the respect Saturday, helped him out, did what was asked me in the ring, learnt a hell of a lot, surrounding myself with new coaches, new fighters, so I would say up until now it's been a success.
How good is Boots, Jack, in your opinion? What does he do well? What makes him the fighter he is?
I think he's a complete fighter, one of the best. Certainly one of the best fighters I've been in the gym with, and been in the gym with a lot of good fighters over the last 10, 15 years. He's right up there. The aggressiveness, the defence, the skills, the speed. He's the full package. And
obviously big news for yourself as well. A lot happening in the life of Jack Catterall right now, but another big fight announced as well, Echo Esserman on a monster undercard at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Where did this fight come from and what does this opportunity mean to you?
The fight come from, got a phone call from Sam, from Matchroom, from Eddie. It was on the table. It was an opportunity I jumped at. Co-main event, Tottenham Hotspurs, 80,000 people. It's unbelievable. Stylistically, it's a good fight for me. I think you look at the way Echo fights, his last couple of performances, he's had a good run, so I love domestic fights. So this is it's a big opportunity and one that I'm excited for.
And obviously, Jack, still massive dreams to become a world champion. The conversation you've had a million times, people thought you certainly should have been a world champion a few years ago, but I guess that's what's at stake now in every fight like this, is those ambitions.
Yeah, this fight puts me one step closer. I believe it's an eliminator for a world title. I know a good victory, November the 15th, pushes me one step closer, and I believe 2026, I'll win my world title.
And when you look at the names at £147, Matchroom have a new world champion in Lewis Crocker. Is that a fight you'd be interested in next year?
All these fights, every fight, 140, 147, Lewis Crocker, any of them guys, these are the names and these are the fights that we want. The goal remains the same, world title next year.
And just before we grab a quick word with the second most influential man at Matchroom Boxing for 2025, how do you believe you beat Echo Esserman, Jack? What have you seen in your mind?
I just believe I'm a better fighter than him, and that's throwing no shade at Echo. He's had a great run. I'm just a better fighter, a complete fighter. The speed, the power, the timing. I think he's going to come forward, straight lines. He's going to have a go. He's tough, I'll give him that, but I think come November the 15th, you're going to see an improved version of Jack Catterall, and I'm there to put performance on.
Have you sparred him, Jack, Echo?
Sparred him twice for the Taylor fight. Okay.
And what can you take from those rounds?
Nothing. Sparring. Nobody likes bitching about sparring stories. I helped him prepare for the fight. He went on and won the fight, so we congratulated him, and that was that. Ultimately, we're fighting now, so that's it. I'm locked away preparing for victory.
Okay, well, one man who might give us a bit more information on sparring stories is sat beside you, Sam Jones. How are you, sir?
Hi, Jamie.
How's America treating you, Sam?
You have to pay me for appearances because of like my influence in within Matchroom boxing.
Yeah, I'm honoured, to be fair. I mean, I finished 7th, didn't I, in the make-believe list, so it's an honour to be in your presence.
That's about right. That is about right. I still firmly believe the list was real, and you all just couldn't accept the fact that I was second. But yeah.
Sam, just quickly, just talk to us about this move for Jack. Why is it one that you think is going to be a very positive one for him moving forward into this stage of his career?
We're just going for it. It was a sensitive situation because, like I say, Jack's relationship with Jamie and Nigel was is very close, very personal. So it's always a difficult decision. And Jack needs a lot of respect for doing it because at this stage, say he's 32, he's still very fresh, but he's had a brand new baby arrive. He's got lots going on. Fights getting announced. Whoa.
Careful.
Yeah, don't. It's not me driving before anyone like says that on the video. Like when Jack's not driven when he was spoke, but yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So yeah, it's a big bold move that Jack's done, and the majority of people that have commented on it have said the same thing. Look, we're not living in luxury over here. Like we're in an Airbnb with a 5-minute walk away from the gym. So that's what Jack's done. He's put himself in an uncomfortable situation to improve because he wants these final chapters in his career. He's nowhere near ready to retire. He's fresh 32, but he wants this chapter of his career to be the best one.
Have you been sacked as camp nutritionist already?
No, I haven't. I'm the camp chef.
Fancy giving him a big bowl of mince before he goes to spar Bozy Ennis. I mean...
Okay, listen, Matchroom's number 7. We got back from training and that was it. The day was done. So we got some dinner on. Mince, rice. Lovely it was, wasn't it, Jack? To be honest, it was fantastic. He'll even say it was, right? Big bowl of it, right? And then Bozy's messaged Jack saying, can you get to the gym? And me and Jack were actually joking, and this is the truth. Where is it, Jack? We said, imagine if he sticks you in the ring now with boots. 2 weeks after the fight, he's spiteful, he's making weight, he's horrible. Literally, he was just like, yeah, we need you to get in the ring with boots. And literally, I was just like, oh, damn, it's about to get really real. But the respect in the gym, what Boots had for Jack and Bozy had for Jack, the rounds were brilliant, absolutely brilliant for Jack.
And the mints didn't come back up, which is the most important thing.
No, the mints didn't. They nearly did with me, not with Jack.
They should have chucked you in, I think, for a couple of rounds for that.
No, thank you.
Just final question to you boys: is it true that it's always sunny in Philadelphia?
Do you know what? It rained for the first 4 days in Philadelphia, and then since then it has been absolutely beautiful.
Well, happy days. Best of luck, lads, in camp. Look forward to seeing you back in the UK very, very soon. Sam, go and treat yourself to a little cheesesteak, mate, or something nice, and enjoy the rest of your day. Jack keeps trying to encourage me to eat like some cheesesteaks. Like I know, like obviously I am on the pudgy side, but I'm dropping a few pounds and. I'm not ready to eat a cheesesteak. I will have one before I leave, though. Well, I think it's because he's living through you. You know, he's in camp. He can only eat your dodgy mint, so he wants to just at least be able to smell nice food. So that's part of your role. Dodgy mint. That number 7 ranking and your floppy haircut's getting the better of you, Jamie. Oh, well, that was a pleasure. As always, Sam, thanks so much for joining us. Jack, thanks very much for your time as well. Best of luck, as I say, in the rest of camp, and we'll catch up with you boys very soon. Cheers, lads.
The champ is here, man, right now. Clap it up. Boots Ennis. Round of applause, man. Boots Ennis. Clap it up. Turn me up, Cruz. Champ, hold up.
Yeah, I'm Colin Brady. I'm with USA Boxing. I connected with Matchroom Boxing last year after they signed Philly's world champ, Jaron Ennis. It's an amazing day here in South Philly. Great community event. You know, I think we need more amateur boxers in the gym, and so for Boots to come out here today and showcase his skills in front of the young kids, I think was really powerful. I think the first thing is getting, more funding into the amateur boxing gyms. A lot of these gyms struggle. These 10-year-old kids, might not be able to afford the monthly membership for a gym. So that's one thing. But events like this, where you have a world champion to showcase, are going to attract city leaders to be able to fund memberships for young people. If for a young kid who's maybe never even been to an amateur boxing gym, an event like this might change his life, and they say boxing changes lives. They say boxing saves lives, and it happens all the time. So it's at events like these that help, with the community outreach aspect. Boots and his dad, Bozy, epitomized Philadelphia grit, and I wish more of more people in the city and our city leaders would take notice of what they've done and are about to do over the next 10 years, because they're about to take over the world of boxing, and it's going to be exciting to watch.
It's real special because we're not from it down here, and a lot of people showed up. That's a really special, it was a special event. The kids have something else to look at now, or to follow behind Boots. You know what I mean? Once they see Boots on the right track, they're going to follow right behind Boots instead of following behind the drug dealers on the corner.
It's very special to get back to Philadelphia and just show the kids and give them a great example and show them that it's a way. Just keep doing your thing, keep pushing, anything is possible. Boxing is a relief. It can help you, physically, mentally, and like all around the board. And I'm just glad to be able to, show these kids that look where I came from, and now it's your turn. Y'all can do it too as well. So yeah, it's always exciting to get back. Fighting at home. It's gonna be a phenomenal show, and it's my 154-pound debut, and I'm ready. And I'm excited. I'm ready to make a big statement and show the world I'm the best in the world. Make a big statement.
Okay, we're very happy to be joined in the studio now by another fighter. As a big night brewing in the East End of London, and that is, of course, Miss Shannon Ryan. Shannon, thanks so much for coming down. Not the longest trip for you over from Watford this afternoon.
Yeah, Watford, born and bred. Normally like 25 minutes, but traffic today. But thanks for having me on. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, pleasure. What have you been up to today? I mean, we're not far away now at all, are we? But what's been on the agenda in training camp this afternoon?
Yeah, so today we had sparring, which was really, really good. I think it was like 7 rounds that we done today. And then after this, I've got a bike session, horrendous bike session. But yeah, not long. We've done a really good camp. And do you know what? Like when you start the camp, you think, oh, there's so long left. When's it going to come? It comes around like this. So what are we now, like 3 weeks away? But yeah, it's flying by.
What does the horrible bike session look like?
Oh, don't. The assault bike, the air bike.
Right, okay,
horrendous. But it gets you fit, gets you ready, so.
What do you have to do? How many rounds do you have to do on the bike?
So today's just like long intervals, right, but short time. So it's like four rounds on, 90 seconds of work, 80 to 90%, but it's dreadful. And
within your sparring at this stage, how are you feeling? I mean, the last performance, was that in May, was it?
Yeah, that was May. I believe May 17th.
How are you feeling within yourself ahead of this fight?
Oh, very good. Yeah, I just think this time round, mentally, physically, I'm there. Like, it is just, this for me, I know every fighter says it, that it's been their best camp, best shape, best mentality. But for me, it really is. I just feel like my journey with boxing and just sport itself has just been like a roller coaster. And I feel like Shannon Ryan is here now. And I feel my mentals, my physicals, and just how I am as an athlete is just kind of cemented. And I'm hoping everything comes out October 17th.
What do you think you learnt from that night in Birmingham against Emma Dolan, when you went away after the fight? What was the biggest thing you took away from it?
So much about myself. And do you know what? So much about boxing and how the fine lines, the 1%, the small margins make such a difference. But for me, that loss, I believe, was the making of me. When I look back at that time, yes, it's sad and no one wants to lose, but I'm in such a better place now than when I was back then, more mentally. I can't say physically, because I feel like I've always been in shape, always been a professional at what I do. But the mental side is completely different. It's done like a whole 360.
What's changed mentally for you?
Just being myself now, not trying to kind of change who I am for certain crowds or situations. And I just think the boxing as well is just come on leaps and bounds, knowing what to do rather than kind of guessing what to do.
Enjoying your work again?
Yeah, 100%. Like when I get in there, like I want to be in there. I want to go to the gym. Like I'm loving boxing now.
That rematch, I mean, would be a big fight. Obviously, business to take care of in a couple of weeks, which we'll talk about. But is that something that you'd like the opportunity to put right with Emma?
Absolutely. Like I do believe I can right that wrong, and in a great way as well. And I think it would be a brilliant fight. I think how that one went, the build up, the outcome, I personally think I will win the fight. And I think it'll be another great build up and another great fight for the fans to see.
Did she get under your skin in the build up?
I think it may have looked like it, but that's what I'm saying in regards to me being someone that I'm not, if that makes sense. Because I'm a fiery person, but just that kind of the attitude that came out, it just, for me, when I look back, I'm like, that wasn't needed. We don't have any beef. We didn't have any beef back then. And it was just kind of like, Shannon, why are you doing that? The fight and how I fight kind of, I believe, can sell itself because I am unpredictable. I do bring chaos. I do bring the excitement. And I just believe that every round that I fight is completely different. So that in itself would get people to want to watch rather than my mouth trying to get eyes on the fight. So did she get under my skin? It may have looked like it, but I don't think she did. I just think I kind of betrayed myself in a weird way.
How different do you think the fight would be second time round now, based on how you feel?
I believe it would be a unanimous decision my way. I'm very confident in that.
Well, listen, win this fight at York Hall on October the 17th. Let's talk about that because obviously victory here is going to set up some big nights for you. Chloe Watson, familiar name. How long have you yourself been familiar with her as a challenge?
Yeah, for a long time now. I remember years ago, but I think before we was like, or in the midst of us turning pro, we did a Katie Taylor sort of thing at Gymshark at the headquarters. So we kind of knew each other then, but do we know each other? Not really. I've seen her fight before, and I think she's game. I think she's good at what she does, and yeah, it's going to be a really good fight.
Mutual opponent is Jasmina Zapatochna,
yeah,
and that was a fight that Chloe lost.
Yeah.
Have you watched that fight? Can you take? I mean, styles make fights in this game, but is there anything you could take from her performance that night?
Yeah, we've boxed three of the same girls now. Yeah, she's very on the front foot, very aggressive, very active. But is there much you can take away? Yes. But I'm not going to obviously give that away.
Let's pretend she's not watching.
Yeah, do you know what there is? There is a lot I can take away from that. But remember, this is her first fight with her new trainer as well. So is there going to be anything different? I'm assuming so, and I believe that again she's come off of a loss, and if my loss changed me, I believe it's going to potentially change Chloe as well. So I'm expecting the best version of Chloe coming off of that loss as well.
You've boxed at York Hall as well before. What is it about that place that makes it so special to box there? Because everyone speaks about it in the same way.
Yeah, I think the intimacy, it is everyone's on you when I boxed there in December. And just the crowd, it's like, it literally feels like it is right there with you. You know, like I said before we started, is when I have boxed on bigger shows, bigger arenas, I'm quite early on, so the people are not there, like you can't hear as much. Whereas when I was at York Hall, and I believe this time as well, you can just hear everything and everyone, which kind of helps and adds to the situation.
What do you see being the difference? I mean, this is the Shannon Ryan 2.0, but what do you see being the difference in the ring with you and Chloe Watson?
My mentality, my skill set. I'm sharp, but Chloe's sharp too, to be fair. But just my boxing, my IQ, just knowing what to do in any situation that arises in the ring.
Well, listen, you impress everyone every time you box, especially Barry Jones. Have you impressed him completely? I mean, he's a big fan of yours.
No,
Barry
I'm still
Jones.
waiting for him to accept and be happy with my jab. So I'm still waiting for that day that I get praised for my jab.
Okay, is that something that he picks holes in, is it?
He does, yeah.
Okay, well, Darren Barker loves you as well. The pocket rocket, they call you on commentary, don't they, all the time? But
yeah, I hear that all the time.
When you do hear that type of feedback, is that something you take a lot of notice of or not really?
No, not really. I think the main thing of what I need to do is follow my game plan and listen to my coach. I think sometimes, not Barry and Darren, but sometimes you can hear commentary and it just doesn't make sense. So I think it is just knowing that whatever's being said is their opinion. And as long as you're doing your game plan, what you need to do and following your coach's instructions, then you're good.
I do want to just talk to you about your old mate, Anthony Joshua. I mean, I think he's been in some meetings with Eddie this week over in Dubai. They're talking about him maybe fighting in Africa. In terms of, for yourself, for you though, as an inspiration, as a mentor, what sort of impact has he had on your career, do you think?
Yeah, a lot. I think what he's done for his career in the ring and out the ring is spectacular. And it's something that even when he signed me at the beginning, his career and what he does is always something that I've looked up to, because he's made boxing what it is in this country. Sells out arenas, and then the businesses that he's done outside of the ring and just how he is as an athlete and as a person. It's something that I've looked up to from the beginning of my career, and I just think it's spectacular.
Still don't think he gets anywhere near the credit that he does, particularly for what you said about how we put boxing so much back on the map, particularly in this country.
Yeah, I think people forget that as well. I think, again, time and the years go so fast. People only remember your loss or yesterday or your next win or anything like that. They don't remember the beginning, the journey of where that particular person has come from or what they've done.
And like you say there, like obviously he was selling out arenas, but it wasn't just any arenas, it's Wembley, Wembley, Cardiff, back to Wembley. Like that takes a special type of character. But where he's at right now, obviously that Dubois fight was a very difficult night for AJ. Where do you see him fitting into the heavyweight sphere next year?
Yeah, I've always believed that he can get back on top. Again, it is just mentally, the mindset. And he's hungry, he wants it. We all know he wants it. But yeah, I do believe he can get back in there, get back in the mix. And I think I see an interview of Eddie just saying, one more shot, one more run. And I do believe he's got that in him. He loves boxing. And I think that's the main thing, is loving it and wanting to do it, because let's be honest, he doesn't need to do it, but he loves the sport, loves to fight, and he's good at it. So I think, whenever he's going to fight, whether it's, I don't know, this year, next year, one more run and see how he gets on.
Think we'll finally see it, the big one, Tyson Fury?
I think we will. I think we will. Down the line, obviously not yet, but I think it might be one of them things where Fury's like, no, and then suddenly, boom, they get the deal done and they're both out.
And talking about being inspired by AJ, obviously he's been to the top of the sport, which you have dreams to do as well. Mm-hmm. When you sit here now, Shannon, this will be an interview we could look back on when the shot does come, but how do you see yourself getting into the world title mix, and what is the ultimate ambition?
So for me, right now, it's all on October 17th. Do I believe that night will be the making of Shannon Ryan? Absolutely. And do I think that will propel me in 2026 into those world title shots? Absolutely. And I just think if I stay on course of what I'm doing now, those 1%, my mindset, my boxing, and just how I am as an individual and an athlete, then I just believe 2026 is my year to become a world champion.
Can we push you for a little prediction then? Next fight?
Shannon Ryan win.
Nearly. I told you to pretend that Chloe wasn't watching.
Shannon Ryan win in spectacular fashion.
Okay. Shannon, so good to see you, and so good to see you smiling and loving your work again, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring at the famous York Hall.
Thank you.
In a couple of weeks' time. Thanks so much for coming down.
No worries. Thank you.
We're very happy this afternoon to be joined live and direct from beautiful Malta, two-time IBF World Super Featherweight Champion, Mr. Joe Cordina. Joe, when I say that, every time I say that, you still smile. Why? Why is that?
Because, do you know what? I was, funny enough, I was having this conversation the other day with Darren Barker, my pal, Michael Bull, and Joe Calzaghe. We actually played golf in Cardiff together. And my mate mentioned he's a boxing fan. That's what we grew up watching. Darren Barker, Calzaghe. We grew up watching them. So we were talking, and I said, ain't it mad? Like, we were growing up watching these guys, and then we used to say, oh, we'll be a world champion, we're doing this. But I've actually done it. And only once, I've done it twice. So for me, yeah, it's a massive achievement, obviously. Doing it in my hometown. Someone asked me earlier, what was it like? And I said, there's one thing winning a world title, but doing it in your hometown in the fashion that I've done it in, it brings back probably the best memory of my life, do you understand, apart from my kids being born. But yeah, it was it's a special moment, and it'll obviously always be with me. And obviously, I know it's a special moment in your life because it was the first time that you actually come on the mic, and
It
yeah,
was.
so you that was a milestone for yourself.
It was. It
So
was
I'm
my.
happy. I was happy for you that night as well.
Well,
'Cause I get to win a world title, and you get to announce yourself on a big stage.
I was pretty happy for you as well, mate. To be fair, it was. Mate, it was the first time I ever done the main live DAZN broadcast. And do you remember I came in your dressing room to do an interview before
That's
the
right.
fight, and I literally
That's
said
right.
to you, "This is what I'm going to ask you, Joe. Please just give me a good answer."
Yeah.
I was so
I know.
nervous.
You were panicking a bit, but you was good. And obviously, I say to you all the time, it comes natural to you. So yeah, happy for you as well, bro. But yeah, it was a special moment for me,
Well, listen,
for sure.
I still have a picture of us when we hugged backstage.
Come on.
I remember I asked you if you cried yet because you told me you don't cry, and I wondered if you cry when you
Don't
became world
guys.
champion.
Well, put it this way, I've been with my wife 18 years, and she's never seen me cry. So I
You
haven't
must.
cried.
Well,
So
you've obviously never watched Forrest Gump then.
no, I have. Do you know the only time I can remember crying over a film
So you're just horrible then,
was
basically.
The Champ. No, but this was when I was a kid.
Right.
I must have been. I was too young to really watch it. Have you ever heard of the film called Champ?
No, but I'm gonna have to watch it and have a good
It's
cry.
a
I think.
really old. It's a really old film. It's about boxing, but I won't spoil it. But watch it, and I guarantee you cry at the end.
Well, if it made you cry, I might need a bloody week off work, Joe. I think.
Yeah. I was a kid. I was emotional. I was an emotional wreck. I was.
How do you compare the two nights? I mean, they were completely different fights, right? I mean, the fight with Agawa was over in a blink of an eye in spectacular knockout fashion, and the fight with Rakimov was a fight you really had to dig in 12 rounds and really gruel it out. What do you look at when you compare the two nights now?
For me, they were both special nights. Obviously, the first time I done it was fucking special. Do you get me? But the second time I done it, I showed a completely different sides of my game, which no one knew I had. First of all, not he can't punch. He's just a boxer. I ends up knocking Ogawa out for the world title the first time. Then the second time, he can punch a bit and he can only box. He can't really fight. He's a background fighter. And then I ends up standing in the pocket with him and having a toe-to-toe war at times, and then boxing when I need to, and then and sort of teeing off on him when I wanted to. So I showed a bit of everything in Rakimov fight. So and that world title felt well earned. So I was happy with that one as well.
I'm back up at lightweight now, a division you had a lot of domestic success in when you first turned professional. You won earlier this year in July in Manchester.
Yeah.
When can we see Joe Cordina back in the ring?
Well, I'm looking to get out in December. Obviously, I spoke to Eddie last week briefly, and yeah, we're just trying to get out in December. We are so yeah, I'm over in Malta actually training at the moment. So myself, Reese Edwards is over here with me. Liam Williams is over here with me. So we're starting to come over, and we're starting to sort of start our camp off basically, and then when we get home, that's when the real work starts. So yeah, so we're just looking forward to it.
I remember you always said to me, Joe, that you were really selfish in the sport until you won a world title. And then once you won a world title, it all became about your family. Is that why you've relocated to Cardiff? Obviously, as well, you spend time in Malta, but relocated back to Wales and spend that time with Gary Lockett now because you want to be close to home?
It was all about me when I first started, and then when I got kids, it's a bit of selfishness. It's still got to happen because I need to achieve my goals, and one of them was winning. Well, my main one was winning a world title. But then as soon as I won it, it sort of switched, and it was just all about making as much money as I can to support my family, give them the best life they can, and for them to have a similar upbringing that I had, and if not better. Because my mother and father, they give me everything I needed. I never had a hard upbringing. I grew up in a rough place, don't get me wrong, but they give me everything I needed to succeed, and I just want to do that for my family. So yeah, it's all about now is making enough money to secure my family, and then set them up after I finish boxing. So when I decided to a sort of cement that I was coming home. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders because I've never ever got to spend lot of like a long period of time taking my kids to school or watching them go to bed or waking up with them in the morning or taking them this place or taking them that place. It's never been a long period. I missed near enough all their first birthdays. I almost missed all their births. I missed birthdays of theirs. So now I'm comfortable. I'm enjoying going to the gym. Before it felt like a chore. Enjoying going to the gym. I get to come home, see him off to bed, have a little laugh with my boy. And my boy, I'd never ever want him to box, but now he's starting to come home. Dad, we're fighting friends. So when he means fighting friends, he means let's get the gloves on and have a tear. And he stands in front and starts swinging away. So
he's only about 5, isn't he?
He's four, but he can dig. He can dig a little bit for his size. I had one she's like my sister. She's been my sister's best friend for years. So she's like my sister, Cassie. She brought her nephew over and he's a year older than him, and they just non-stop fighting with the gloves on. And in the end, I got to stop it because they start going to the head, and I'm saying no, just to the body. They start going to the head, and then it gets a bit rough. They want to wrestle then, so but I get to spend a lot of time with them now, and I'm a lot happier. I get to wake up with them, take them to school, pick them up from school. It's something I haven't had to do or haven't got to do in a long time.
Well, listen, Joe, just before we let you go, back to the Malta Sunshine, final question. How do you see your good friend Conor Benn getting his revenge over Chris Eubank Jr. in November?
I think, do you know what? I'm going to say the same as what I said in for the first fight. He's got to be smart in how he approaches it. He can't just go in swinging away. He has to be smart with his attacks, feints, loads of feints. His head movement's always great anyway. I just think he needs more feints and be a little bit more cautious when he's approaching and getting inside. But I'd love him to get the victory, and I'm sure he will because I know what losing is like, and it's you always got that little bit in your teeth that you want to get something back, and I still got that over Cacace. So I want another go with Cacace, maybe at lightweight if he comes up. So I know what that's like for Conor, and I know he'll come back and he'll give it everything, and I'm sure he'll get to win.
Yeah, big nights ahead certainly for Conor Benn, and big nights ahead still for the Welsh Wizard. Don't you worry about that. Joe Cordina, thanks so much for coming on, my friend, and I look forward to catching up with you very soon. Mate. Enjoy the sunshine.
God bless, mate. Thank you very much, my man.
God bless, mate.
God bless.
Speak soon.
Bye-bye.
Well, so far in the young professional journey of the fighter who joins us on the sofa in Finchley now, I've been around the world already, to be fair, from New York City to Sunderland. 2-0 rising star, Mr. Adam Maca, is with me. I mean, Adam, when you look at the journey so far, 18 years old, pretty incredible, really. I just want to first of all just talk about New York because I'm sure you've spoken about it before, of course. But to make your debut in New York City, how was that whole experience, the fight week and everything leading up to the debut?
To be fair, the whole week was like a surreal experience. Like America has never, I've never been before, so that was my first time going to America. That was my first time having a long flight, and when they're coming over to you, offering you food on the plane and that, I was like, this is sick. I couldn't eat it because fight week.
Make him wine.
Yeah, but no, it was a really good experience out there. Even it was my first ever experience as a professional, so all week with media stuff, it was all sort of a new thing, but it was like, I just tried taking everything in really, apart from the smell of food.
From the clips we did see of you as well, never seemed nervous. You never. What do you think that was down to? Why do you think you were able to take things in your stride so well?
I think because I'm one of them people. I want to think about everything else apart from fighting until it's time to fight. It's never fighting for me is just like, it's sort of a natural thing. I enjoy doing it. So when I get in the ring and the bell goes, then it's sort of time to switch from my being nice and friendly to smash time.
For those who don't know, just talk to us a little bit about your route into the sport and why it was something that you chose to pursue.
So my mum took us, like me and my sisters, to every sport and stuff as kids. I'd done everything: football, badminton, cricket, dance, gymnastics, and then boxing. My mum took me. I was about 6, and then when I was sort of in and out of the boxing gym, when we started sparring, I was 8, and that idea of fighting and not getting in trouble for it and no consequences for it, I just loved that. So I just sort of fell in love with boxing from there.
And at the age of 18, it was really 17, wasn't it, when you sort of made the jump with Sam Jones to turn professional, which is, of course, why you had to make your debut in America. But why was it a decision you made to turn pro at this young age?
I've been boxing my whole life, and since I started in the amateur boxing at 10, I had my first competitive fight. I wanted to be a professional boxer. Like, I grew up, I loved Rocky, so watching like 12-round fights, 15-round fights even, in Rocky and stuff, and like, I just loved the idea of professional boxing, and I've never thought about an Olympic route or anything else, so it's always just been, I can't wait to be 18 so I can be a pro.
You've just seen the world titles opposed to the medals then?
That's the one, yeah, pretty much.
How did your amateur record finish up in the end?
80 fights, winning 70.
What was the best memory you have when you look back now?
Probably, I was speaking to my mum about it earlier because it was 3 years ago today. We was at my first European Championships as a junior in Italy, and winning that, I lost the first 2 rounds. So obviously it's a 3-round fight. So I come back to the corner after the first round. Tricky Azerbaijani kid. He beat me 5-0 first round, and then I was like, oh, like, he's actually good. This one. Second round, he beat me 3-2. I go back to the corner. Mick Maguire and John Stubbs, they said, you have to stop him or win on every scorecard 10-8. I said, no problem. And I went and done that, and becoming European champion that day, like, even before the decision got called and stuff, if one judge hadn't gone 10-8, I would have lost. So it was like, that was an unbelievable experience.
And how much do you think that's given you the taste for the dream you do have to be a world champion now?
Just sort of like, I've done it 3 times now where I've been down in fights, come back, like, so I know, especially when you have longer rounds and things, like, I know I've got the heart, I know I've got the strength, the fitness to become a world champion and take over any weight division that I'm in.
And when you made the debut, of course, in New York, to win in the fashion you did as well, do you remember the feeling that gave you when the fight was over at that particular moment? Yeah,
it was literally like the same feeling as I was just mentioning in the Europeans, like that winning feeling, your family shouting, Sam and everyone hop in the ring, like it was like a surreal experience.
Did you get time to have some food after the fight and stay in New York for a bit?
Yeah, I was there.
Cool place.
Yeah, my flight wasn't till like Sunday night, so I had all Saturday. And nothing shuts there, so I was out all night. It was like 5 a.m, JD's still open, and like everything's open. So I was just eating.
Yeah, well, I suppose you're 21, so you can't even have a beer, can you, to celebrate?
No, I don't drink. But...
Oh, fair. Well, that's the correct answer. That was a test. That was a test. And then obviously, look, the professional fight number 2 in Sunderland, so the Sunderland Live Arena. Yeah. They call that the Madison Square Garden of the UK. No, but look, listen, it was a great little venue.
It was a good venue. It was actually a really good venue, yeah.
And I guess when you look at that opponent as well, he stopped him in the 4th round. Pretty much that's sort of perfect, isn't it? Because you get a bit more experience under the lights and you get the stoppage on your record. How do you look back on that second fight?
To be honest, I felt like the first round I come out, got behind my jab and stuff, and then I sort of beat him up a bit in the first round, so I thought, I'll get him out of here now. And then he stayed in there a little bit longer than I expected, but I felt I was learning round by round. So when I was going back to the corner, taking advice, taking instructions, I was going out each round better than the previous. So I'm happy to get the experience and the stoppage.
You think you looked for it perhaps a little bit too much in reflection?
Yeah, I did. And then like in the 4th round, I just thought like, I'm just going to look good, calm down, get behind my jab, and then clipped him with a right hook and got the stoppage.
And also shared the card that night with your good friend Leo Atang,
Yes.
who you've known for a few years now.
Yeah.
How special is that for you? Look, I think Leo's 19 now, is he? Or is he
No,
still
he's
18? He's
18
still
as
18
well,
as well,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is incredible. But how nice is it for you to be on this journey together?
To be honest, it's stuff we've spoke about from, like, we become like really close. In 2023, we went to the Europeans together, but we've spoke about it for years, like our one day fighting on the same cards and stuff. And then when we were both turning pro, it was like, oh, imagine we get on the same cards. Like, imagine we're doing this together. And then now we're doing it together. It's like, it's such a good feeling. But where he boxes after me, I get to enjoy his a little bit more.
How good is Leo, in your opinion?
He's going to be the best heavyweight on the planet.
Yeah?
I say
What gives you that belief that so many others do have in him? What makes him special, do you think?
I spend a lot of time with Leo. Obviously, I speak to Leo every day. But I've got that belief in him because I was with him when we were at the Europeans in 2023. And he's boxing 80 plus. So it's like 80 kilos upwards. He's in the European finals. He's already flattened some big Polish, some other kids. He's only about 89 kilos at the time. And he's in the finals against a big, massive Ukrainian, about 110 kilos. And he lost the fight on a 3-2 split decision. But just seeing his heart, they both give each other counts. Leo's just sort of giving it to him. And I know how hard he trains as well. And I know what it means to him. And everyone comparing him to other people and stuff all the time. And sort of, it's just sort of feeding the fire a little bit. So I know Leo will that's a good thing for him.
Well, Eddie said he's going to be the next Anthony Joshua, but then one fighter obviously at the minute that everyone is talking about. Oh, look, it's obvious to see at the minute at very different stages of their careers. Moses Atama has been incredible and he set the world alight, but they are only 2 years apart in age. Is that a fight down the line? It could be, blimey, 6-7 years away, that fight potentially, but you feel it's one we'll see?
Yeah, 100% we'll see that. And like people keep comparing them, which Leo's had 2 fights. So they are at completely different stages, close in age as well. Leo's still got a lot of maturing to do himself. So like you said, 6, 7, even 8 years. Do you know what I mean? That fight's got to build money, build hype, and then the fight will happen. And I don't think anyone beats Leo. So.
Well, back to you then. Anyway, big fight coming up for you October 17th in Boxing's spiritual home in the East End of London, York Hall. Have you boxed there before?
No, I haven't.
Not as an amateur, never?
No, so I there was a London versus Scotland card there. I was meant to be on it and then got pulled out. So this is my first time. Can't wait.
How quickly do you want to be moved at this stage of your career, Adam? It's a question that's always asked to young fighters. This is going to be your third scheduled 4-rounder. What's in your mind?
I'm 18 years old, so I've got all the time in the world. I will fight anyone sort of put in front of me, whatever's said to me, but that's for my team to sort of decide, pull the reins a bit. Just sort of take fight by fight as it comes, and then when big fights are put in front of me, I won't be turning them down.
But interested to go 3-0, 3 knockouts. What's the prediction for a couple of weeks' time in your fight?
3-0, 3 knockouts. That is the prediction.
Just finally, before we, let you take part in the greatest quiz in the world of boxing, which I know you can't wait for. Here you and Leo were saying we're up to a bit of mischief in flannels, were you, in Belfast? What can you tell us?
I hope my mum don't see this.
Well, she might be listening in the green room, actually.
So me and Leo, we've obviously we've been going to shows together and stuff for a long time. We went to our first show together. It was August the 12th, Anthony Joshua at the O2, 2023. And, both in a pair of fake D-squared jeans.
Okay.
So we were in Belfast and I've just gone and met Leo and stuff. He's just arrived. He's gone straight to flannels just with the boys and stuff. He's like, oh, Adam, look. He was like, I've got a set of D-squared jeans and that. He's like, mate, get a pair. And I'm like, no, I'm not spending that much money on a pair of jeans, Leo. he's like, nah, come on. And then I went up there with him. I picked up the jeans. I'm looking at them, and he's like, mate, just do it. He was like, who cares? Like, just do it. Just
Life's
do
too
it.
short.
Yeah, that is literally what Leo says all the time. And I was like, so I went and tried them on. And then I come back to Leo. He was just waiting by the jeans, and I come back to him with the bag. I said, secured.
So I guess it shows you how far you've come, mate.
Yeah, definitely. We've gone from fake D-squared jeans to real ones.
To legit.
Yeah.
You've made it, really. Well, just 3-0 to go now, and you might as well retire, Adam, to be honest with you, mate. Listen, thanks so much for coming on, mate. As I say, we are going to go to the most important part of this chat, which is the quiz. Your intentions are to go 3-0, 3 knockouts on October 17th. We're about to go top of the leaderboard on the quiz today.
That would mean everything to me. That would mean the world to me.
It is big. It is big. Well, let's bring in producer Scott for the next edition of Face to Face to Face to Face. Well, welcome to the 5th instalment of the Face to Face to Face to Face to Face to Face to Face quiz, which is, of course, the greatest quiz in world boxing. Here is producer Scott with this week's face, and I've heard that it's a hard one, which is a bit unfair, to be honest.
Yeah, I've been stitched up.
Yeah.
Adam's not seen the face yet, and he's already saying he's been stitched up. So, just for transparency, these are 4 fighters. Basically, it's done on an auto-generate. So we put the fighters' names into a computer bit of software. We click on generate. It then fires out 4 names at random. I think this is probably the hardest one so far. So I'm going to throw up on screen about now the face. Adam, you need to guess who these 4 fighters are. If you don't know the answer, we can give you a clue. There's 2 points at stake for each section of the face. I don't know where you want to begin on this one because, as I say, this is difficult.
Right. Shannon Ryan.
2 points.
Number 1.
Yes.
Just remember, Adam, you do have a clue.
Well, you didn't need
one
it,
clue.
No,
you get 1 clue per section.
All right.
But 2 points. Top mark so far. Good
and
start.
If I have a clue, does that take away any points?
You get 1 point taken away. So the correct answer will then go down to 1 point. But good start. 2 points. So it's the eyes, the nose, and the mouth we need. It's a tough one.
It's number 2, McCormack.
Final answer. You don't want a clue? You want to jump straight in?
Well, I don't know if I'm being stitched up again. I've already been stitched up.
He's going a bit Chris Tarrant on you over there. Do you know who Chris Tarrant is? Or was that before your time?
I don't know who that is. Yeah.
That was probably 15, 20 years ago now.
I'm old. That's
right, so you're saying McCormack. Final answer? You can ask for a clue.
No, give me a clue.
Okay. The clue is, I conquered the world at super middleweight and was a world champion. Super middleweight world champion of the past.
Of the past?
Yes.
You said current Matchroom fighter.
Current Matchroom fighter, but he won a super middleweight world title.
Oh.
Go on, Adam.
He's not a current. Yeah, he's not a current world champion.
Okay.
So he had previously won.
Here's another clue for free. It's not Pat McCormack. Do you want to go for the third one?
All right, number 3. Can I have a clue?
You can.
Wait, no, I don't want a clue. Is it Dave Allen?
It looks like Dave Allen. 2 points.
Yes. In.
4 from 4.
Come on, Adam. I believe in you, mate. Come on.
So Adam is creeping up the leaderboard here. He's joint with George Liddell and Pat McCormack, who I don't know why they're on different layers at the minute. So we've got the mouth to go, and then you've got the.
Get some light on this.
Look at the technique on that. Taking it very seriously. Want a clue?
Yes.
I feel like you had the answer there. You sort of like felt like it come to you. Right, the clue is I haven't boxed this year through injury, but I'm looking to get back into a big domestic fight at the end of this year.
That's the worst clue in the world.
We did say some of them are good, some of them are bad. It's the way it goes.
Let's have a look. Oh, no, that is.
That don't help, does it?
Oh, no, I don't. He's boxed this year.
Is that one Kieran Conway?
It's not.
Oh.
It's Callum Smith.
Oh.
Jamie said off camera it looked a bit like Anto Cacace.
Does?
Which, yeah, I can see that.
Oh, I'm fuming about that.
So you've got one guess to go. You've got the mouth to guess. Jamie off. 10. 9.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the knockout. Just gonna take a knee here and quit.
Love that. Love that.
Quit. You can't quit. You got to give.
I've
Just
quit
say
in the
anyone.
corner.
I know.
I've gone back and I've said no more.
So the correct answer. Who do you think it was?
Oh, I don't know.
Shabazz Masood.
Oh,
There we go. It's easy
mate,
now.
I literally know that.
Well, obviously not.
I did. Give me the
Let's just
point.
pretend. Should we pretend you got it?
Yeah,
Right.
get me the point.
Who is the chin?
Right, the chin
Hang
is...
on. I need to sit back and spot. What, are we going to fake the answer?
No, go on.
Hang on.
The chin is Shabazz Masood.
Well, I'm just saying, you honestly thought we'd let you do that?
Oh!
No chance. And we're not taking
I
out
thought
the
I was gonna
bit
take
when
a
you
win then.
quit
I was
in your
gonna-
corner
I was
and
gonna
not
take
answer.
a picture and send it to Georgia.
No. Adam Maca.
4 points.
I think you should get mine 3.5 for the quitting.
Sort of joint seconds. That's how it's looking at the minute. Johnny and Giorgio 6.
I can't
George,
believe you just
Adam,
done
and
that
Pat
to me.
on 4.
Yeah, well, listen, mate. I can't believe that. I'm a bit disappointed in you, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm not a quitter, but...
Well, right.
That was the equivalent of like loaded wraps. Sort of something like
Stacking.
Yeah, but I got stitched up. I'm probably the least knowledgeable about boxing on that table.
To be fair, you've done all right though.
And-
You're not bottom. You take that?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, listen, Adam, best of luck in the rest of camp.
Thank you.
We'll see you in London for fight. I'm so excited for your call.
Special place.
Yeah, gonna
I've
be
not been there.
sick. I am as well.
Yeah.
Especially because Matchroom, like, I just didn't think I'd ever really box there because Matchroom don't really go there.
Yeah, nice, great. It's been a long time.
I can't remember the last time.
I'll tell you. How's this for knowledge? December 2019.
Lockdown.
Jack Massey versus Richard Riakporhe for the British title.
Wow. Literally can't remember that. So
That's
I'll
the
take
only
your
show.
word for it.
It's the only show we've done there.
Well, in your tenure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Knowledge.
What's that?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Yeah, but that was the last one, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Who do you fancy in the main event? Conway Liddard.
I don't know, I like both of them, so I'm just... Can I say a draw?
You know what? That's not a bad bet, you know. Draw. I can see...
No, I can see... No, because it is a really good fight, and they're both two good fighters, so... You know, if one nicks the first round, one nicks the second... and someone...
We need to get you on commentary.
Yeah, next three.
Adam,
Thanks for coming on, mate. Appreciate
it. Top man. Well, Scott, I must say, not long to go until we go back to York Hall. And as we were saying earlier on in the programme, I believe I'm right in saying that. I think it was Richard Riakporhe against Jack Massey for the British title was the last time we've been there. And I just remember at the time thinking, one, oh my God, it's so hot in here. What would it be like in the summer? And B, this is unbelievable. The atmosphere is unreal in York Hall. I didn't think we'd be going back, to be honest. So it's one I'm looking forward to, I think.
Was that your first time at York Hall?
Yeah.
I quite like the seating at the top. If you get in there early in the unreserved seating on the balcony, you get bang in line with the ring, overlooking like the bear trap sort of vibe, rather than sitting ringside, which is quite low, looking up through the ropes. So if you've got a ticket ringside, obviously just ignore everything I've just said. But yeah, great to be back. I can't think of another show apart from Conor Benn when he boxed Cedric Paynow might have been at York Hall as well.
my time now. That was 2017.
That's literally the only 2 times I can remember working there.
Well,
Katie Taylor, was that the same show maybe?
Might have been.
Taylor McCaskill, and then also went as a fan to AJ
Boxer, yeah.
Which is mental thinking
but
about it.
We've been back a couple of times for Johnny Fisher versus Alan Babbitt weigh-in.
Yep.
And Luke Campbell versus Vasily Lomachenko public workout.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I remember speaking to Eddie Reynoso at York Hall randomly at a weigh-in, so he must have had someone on the undercard.
You don't remember Luke Campbell and
not there, no.
the public workouts at York Hall?
I mean, to be fair, look, how many weigh-ins and stuff we've done down here?
Yeah, I remember that one though. That was iconic.
Great fight week, that.
Yeah, that was special. But yeah, really looking forward to going back to York Hall. And it was funny, we were just talking to Joe Cordina earlier about that night when he beat Ogawa. I know you can't have favourites, but I do have a picture of Joe Cordina at the end of my bed. Not in a weird way. It's a picture of me and Joe. It's a picture of me and Joe when we bumped into each other backstage. I think we might have had it in the studio actually earlier on in the series. But when he landed that shot, I cannot explain to you what the noise was like in that arena. It was incredible, wasn't it?
I think one of the best parts about that as well, Joshua Buatsi was on the guest commentary, and you can hear him when he drops the microphone.
He dived in the ring, didn't he?
Literally dived, yeah, got up from his ringside, mic drop, literally in the ring, like you say. But I mean, the scenes after the fight, it's probably the last time, really, the whole Matchroom staff crew were unified in having a right old knees up, as I would say. And it was a very, very
We
messy.
went to club in 10 Mill Lane in Cardiff, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah, that's probably the last time.
It got a bit out of hand, I think.
Very out of hand.
Thursday this week, I am filming an episode of Ordinary People with Pat Brown.
Okay.
Clay pigeon shooting.
Have you done it before?
No.
Any good with a shooter?
No. Surprisingly not.
I can imagine Pat Brown being like deadly accurate.
Yeah, well.
He's got the look in his eye, just come up and bang.
I think he's into it.
Are you going to like dress up like Del Boy? Like, remember that?
Oh, that's a classic, yeah, maybe.
You can use one of my coats if you want.
I'm a little bit excited, I think. I mean, what do you have to do? Just gun to here, Paul.
Bang. Job done.
Okay. Well, yeah, look forward to that then. But anything else happening your end this week?
Actually, going to Norway for a few days. Got a couple of days off work. Going to see the Mighty Spurs in Bodo Glimt for the second time in about 3 months.
Oh, yeah, semi-final, right?
Yep, correct. So going there, got a couple of days off, which is rare before the run of shows start back off again.
I'm actually looking forward to just getting back to fight week now. I spent my whole afternoon the other day watching Arslanbek Makhmedov, and I can't wait for this fight. I think it's a huge opportunity for Dave Allen.
If I did that, I'd become more nervous because he can punch like fuck.
He can, but I think Dave's got a huge chance.
I mean, we saw the Day in the Life video that's just been released. You know, Jamie Moore saying it's the best physical,
he looks
mental,
wonderful, doesn't he? You've seen him. Now he's had a shave.
He literally looks, it's a bit of a cliche, Dave Allen 2.0, but he's probably more like 7.0. But
I saw someone saying he looks like, you know when Shrek turns into a man? Which is a compliment. He's handsome.
I really can't wait for that. Yeah, it should be a good fight.
Yeah, no, it's going to be unbelievable. Well, listen, thanks very much for listening to Flash Knockdown as always, and thanks very much to our guests this week, Jack Catterall and the second most influential man at Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Sam Jones, who joined us from across the pond. Thanks to Joe Cordina. I look forward to seeing him back in some big fights at the end of this year. And thanks to our two guests who joined us on the sofa. Big night brewing for the pair of those on October the 17th in London's East End at the world-famous, beautiful York Hall, of course, Shannon Ryan and Adam Maca. Thanks to producer Scott for all his tireless work behind the scenes. And thanks to you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
What a shot!